You seem to be forgetting that fear is an emotion. So if you are saying that men only operate in the logical and they have nothing to do with emotional like women do, therefore you are admitting that men do operate from a place of emotion. Because it goes back to what you mentioned. Y'all are fearful to hold other men at accountability. You're saying in this day and age, y'all are fearful to hold other men at accountability. Our forefathers were always holding men at accountability. Shotgun weddings, when a lot of the men messed around with the girls, baby, I love you, laid up with them, tricked them up they was gonna marry them, tricked them up that they wanted a life with them. What happened? Majority of these men, the moment these girls got pregnant, these males wanted to run. So they were free to go choose a next victim, knock somebody else's daughter up. The fathers, other men, like uncles and so on, would hold these men at accountability, hold men at accountability by saying, you are going to make this right. You have to take accountability for the fact that this girl got pregnant. You cannot run. You have to be a man. Take care of your responsibilities. So you're going to do this willingly, or we're going to do this by force. Force means you're going to marry her with a shotgun behind your head. Yes. So that's how real men back then held other men at accountability. And there were lots of other things that they were doing as men, holding other men at accountability. So I'm not saying that I am singling out one specific guy. I didn't even call names. Okay? So I'm not singling out one specific person. I am saying that a lot of the toxic traits in society is running rampant because a lot of the control systems, like the shotgun wedding and a lot of the fathers vetting and qualifying the guys that were interested in their daughters, because back then a lot of the guys could not date or marry if they did not come to the father and say, I am interested in your daughter. So that was also another form and way how men held other men at accountability. What do you want with my daughter, son? I am interested in marriage. The next level, these men held other men at accountability. Okay, you are interested in marrying my daughter. How can you prove that you can provide for her? Then wealth and so is discussed. Majority of them were paying dowry so that they could actually get the father interested for your forefathers to have had a wife. Because if you didn't pay dowry, you couldn't get a wife. Okay? So if y'all now in this day and age are afraid to hold other men at accountability because you claim you are in your logical era, which is actually an emotional era, because you're operating out of fear, because you're fearful to hold other men at accountability. And the sooner you come out of this mindset, get your heads together and say, how can we get in a operational way where all the men can say certain implementations need to be in place so that we can better protect a lot of the values that we once had that we're seeing is no longer there, because the hookup culture is stifling us. The hookup culture is lowering the value of our women. It is giving these males a lot of privilege and access to women they normally would not have had access to, and it is stifling this generation. I'm not saying all men are doing this, right? Because most time I use the word males interchangeably, so that is telling you that I am mostly targeting males, toxic males who are doing these things through manipulation, and they know they are running amok in society, and continually telling the woman choose better men is actually telling women to take accountability for their actions. So why is it that when y'all are told talk to your fellow peers, the other males, the men amongst you, hold each other at accountability so y'all can always check each other, so that a lot of them that are not fearful of doing a lot of the toxic things that they are doing will start to grow some values and morals, because they know that there will be men out there who will actually hold them at accountability. But no one is holding them at accountability, so they know they get away with a lot of stuff, so they just act anyhow, and they operate like toxic, narcissistic, don't care males that make all of the male population look bad. All of them look bad, because I've seen a lot of good men out there, but there is so much toxic males, it makes all of y'all look bad. And the more you sit and don't hold the other ones that are stinking up your gender at accountability, it makes the rest of y'all still look bad. Okay? Just like how the females have to hold other females at accountability when we are saying, stop being on the road having no value, stop letting men see you dress any and every hour, have some pride in yourself. When we call them out on their behaviors, that's us holding other women at accountability. Maybe we don't do it as much as we should, but at least we do, right? And most of y'all men, you don't even miss the chance to hold women at accountability and tell these women, oh, you're this and oh, you're doing that and da 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 da. So why are y'all afraid to hold other men at accountability? Now all of a sudden, oh, y'all women, you're acting emotional, singling out men, telling us to hold other men at accountability. No, we ain't singling out anybody. We are telling y'all it is getting out of control, and for goodness sakes, in order to put back everything in line and minimize the toxic mess, the toxic load, especially in the dating pool that's going on, and the women have been complaining for years now, y'all need to start holding each other at accountability. Because you can't just get up every day and say, choose better men. Because it's only holding one person at accountability, which is always the females.